I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. Hey, welcome back. Last year, we took about 3 bags of this dirt and we turned it into 200 bucks. This year, we've got a lot more and we hope to turn in a lot more. How, you ask? I'm so glad you asked. We'll tell you next. So last year, Mrs. Flannel and Middle Flannel decided to try their hand at a flower garden, a cut flower garden. So they planted approximately, how many flower seeds did you plant, bulbs and all that?
A lot.
It was roughly a 1,500 square foot area, I think, and they did pretty well with it. They sold flowers at one location, and they sold roughly 40 to 50 bouquets. We sold them for between $5 and $10 a bouquet, and ended up with close to $250, $300. See if I can screw this one into that. For those of you who remember summer jobs and trying to earn money as a young teen, that's not an unsubstantial amount of money. So her mother and I are trying to support her endeavors. One of the reasons that we moved out of the city and to a homestead, or to a place with property, is so that we could encourage their entrepreneurial spirits. And as a matter of fact, in this video, I have turned over the directing, editing, and videography to eldest Flannel.
Hello.
Middle Flannel is working on her gardens, and youngest Flannel is currently working on selling pullets. He's got something like 19 birds that he's hatched out. He's taking care of all of that. So this is one of the things that we're doing to try and teach our children entrepreneurship, self-reliance, responsibility, all those good things that your parents told you about when you were a kid that you wished you would have listened to earlier. In the future, you're going to see a whole segment about Paradise Petals, which is what her flower garden has been called. She's named it. It's all her business. We're going to be turning the cabin into a greenhouse here in the next couple of weeks. We're going to show you that. We're going to show you the planting, the harvesting, the arranging. There's going to be a whole segment dedicated to Paradise Petals. You only sold at one location last year, right? And that was the small farm store called Where the Sidewalk Ends around the corner in Urbana. But we've already expanded this year. Where will you be selling next?
So I'm gonna do the shop that we did last year where the sidewalk ends, and hopefully I'm gonna try selling to a florist. I've not found one yet, and I want to try about 2 farmers markets.
Okay.
And I'm trying to decide if I want to do a grocery store.
We also got the compost that you see. It's mushroom compost from Peninsula Hardwood Mulch. And what did they say when I picked up that dirt this morning?
They said that I could sell flowers over there.
Correct. So now we have 2 locations where we're going to be selling flowers. But despair not, my friends. If you live too far from us to be able to purchase flowers, we have something that you can help do to support, besides your likes and your clicks and your views, which of course we always appreciate. There's something else you can help us do. But first, let's go show you the garden. So what you're going to see in the future in our channel, what you're going to
What was that?
have to leave room to edit, because if I don't, then it'll be like when I try and correct it. So here we are out in the flower garden, and I know it doesn't look like much right now, but what we've been focusing on big time is our soil amendments. So Middle Flannel, what have we done in this garden that has helped amend the soil?
We have put in a lot of forest chips and a lot of compost.
And how many rows did you have? Because I know you had some dahlias over there.
We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they're long rows. And what I started growing, this bed had sweet peas, dahlias, Boucher buttons, and a lot of cosmos.
And what did you end up growing in this bed here?
Well, we had sunflowers here, and we had straw flowers here, and I can't remember where my straw flowers stopped because we have so many straw flowers. Then I believe we had Clarkia right there, and then I believe Bells of Ireland.
So what are your plans for next year? Well, I guess it would be this year, right? This growing season.
It's hard to say because I have a lot of seeds.
Okay.
So I think of running the expansion.
Okay. Are you going to grow the same things in the same beds, or are you going to switch it up?
I'm going to switch it up because I'm breeding zinnias and dahlias. So, and I have like 85 dahlia seeds, so it's going to take a lot of space.
And you're already starting to expand to this area, right? You set out tarps?
Yeah, over there is where my breeding patches are. So I'm very excited about that because I'm going to see what I get.
How long does it take to breed your own dahlia?
Well, so you can harvest your own dahlia seeds, and when you harvest your own dahlia seeds, no two are going to be the same. So then you harvest a tuber that you want. But if you want enough tubers to sell, it takes like, I don't know, 7 years. And like zinnias, when you harvest your own seeds, they take about 7 years to get an established variety. I was like, oh, that's going to take up a lot of my time, so why not?
But the good news is, by the time she is a adult, these varieties and things that she's been working on will be things that she'll have finished. And before you guys think that this is just her mother and I and making this happen for her, she's probably read, what, 10 books since we started doing this?
I think 10 books twice.
We've watched hundreds, she's watched hundreds and hundreds of hours of other flower gardeners and cut flower farms and done her research and things like that. And actually all the money she made last year, I think plus a little extra, she has turned around and reinvested into this little piece of land that you see here. This is her job and her business. So one of the ways that you can help Middle Flannel expand and grow her business is with these wonderful shirts. We have made shirts that say Paradise Petals, Urbana, Virginia, which is where we are located. They are made by Aardvark T-shirt company, which is the same ones that made our Flannel Farms shirts, which some of you have purchased. They're very high quality, screen printed, and they also make shirts for David the Good. So if you've bought any of his shirts, you know the wonderful quality that these shirts are. About half of the proceeds go to Aardvark and about half of the proceeds come here. And what we would like to be able to do is to help her reinvest in her business with some of those proceeds. And you get a wonderful shirt. We'd really prefer you guys come to the farm and buy cut flowers from some of those businesses. But if you live far away and you are inclined to help a young lady with her entrepreneurial endeavors, we would invite you to click on the link that you'll find in the description below, and you can order 1 or 1,000 shirts of all shapes and sizes. We got ours at Christmas time and we like them. Anything you would like to tell the people before we go?
Please buy the shirts.
All right, so as we said, this is going to become a bit of a segment here. We're going to follow Middle Flannel's journey as she starts her seeds, making soil blocks. We're going to turn our cabin into a greenhouse, transplanting. We're going to have tubers, right? Because you have dahlias, which are tubers. We have seed starts, storing your tubers, how to separate them to make more tubers. So many different things we're going to cover. And Esther is coming in to say goodbye. Are you coming to say goodbye? Thank you. My name is Brian. This is Middle Flannel. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to keep growing as you grow, because we are here. We'll see you next time here at Flannel Farms. Bye.
And buy the shirts.
And also at Peninsula Hardwood Mulch.
Which is where we got. Try again.